Today, Ethereum just pulled off the final test ahead of the merge. Ripple reportedly wants to snap up assets from Celsius. And in the wake of bankruptcies and hacks, how are venture capital firms changing their investments in crypto companies? Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Tanea McKeel. Cryptocurrencies are climbing once again this morning. By noon Eastern, Bitcoin traded above $24,000, Ether rallied to nearly $1,900, and Solana jumped to $43. On to the top stories. First, Ethereum just got one step closer to the merge. The last of three public test networks completed the final dress rehearsal of its transition to proof of stake. Tim Bako, who's a coordinator for Ethereum's protocol developers, told CNBC that devs will still be looking for bugs in the hours and days ahead so they can quickly be fixed. Now, the main network shouldn't be far behind. According to the block, core developers met today to discuss the final deadline for the merge and floated September 15th. Next, Ripple Labs is looking to snap up the assets of Celsius. According to a report from Reuters, the company submitted filings to the bankruptcy court asking to be part of the proceedings, even though Ripple is not one of Celsius's major creditors. A spokesperson for the company told Reuters that it is, quote, interested in learning about Celsius and its assets and whether any could be relevant to our business. The spokesperson didn't say if the company was looking to buy Celsius altogether. Ripple is currently in its own legal battle with the SEC over its XRP token. The agency claims that Ripple was offering XRP as an unregistered security. Last, we have new information on the hack affecting the Nomad cross-chain bridge. According to a report from Coinbase, nearly 90% of the addresses that stole funds in the hack were copycats, meaning once the original hackers learned how to breach the network, others followed suit. In total, those copycats stole around $88 million off Nomad's bridge. Coinbase also says that as of Tuesday, 17% of the funds stolen from the Nomad breach have been returned. Okay, for our main story of the day, I spoke to Edith Yeung, general partner at Race Capital, about how VC firms are changing up their investment strategy in the wake of these bankruptcies and hacks. 2022 is a drastically different environment for VCs compared to last year. How have you pivoted your investment strategy in the wake of the crypto winter and all of the liquidity risks that we've been looking at this year? How are you looking at startups differently?
For Race Capital, we've always been very, very focused on Web3 crypto infrastructure layer. I'm really early seed investor of Solana back in January 2018. I think for us, the whole Web3 and crypto industry just so still very, very nascent. And I don't want it to, if I look at crypto prices on a daily basis, I probably will get a heart attack. So we really wanted to focus on sort of the real technology that need to be built. If you look at sort of the top 10 token today, between USDC, Tether, many of these tokens is focused on the trading side of things. But I do think that there's a lot of adoption sort of coming in from the mass, particular being in the Korea blockchain week. Asia is definitely pushing for adoption, particularly in the NFT space.
So you mentioned Celsius and 3AC. A lot of VC firms lost a lot of money this year. How do you approach this problem of due diligence in crypto?
I think certainly, for us, due diligence is the wild west of crypto. There's a lot of things that's not regulated yet. And, a few days ago, the Congress really sort of pushing for regulating, particular like giving more powers to the CFTC to really regulate in commodity trading. And all these is actually a really good sign to actually set up the framework. It's not just due diligence of the companies or the founder at the beginning. It's really about the ongoing monitoring when you are running and operating these projects. So we're really supportive of the White House and CFTC to actually push for a framework to regulate. Having said that, I think being someone who's running a venture firm, actively investing in sort of the Web3 infrastructure, we take a very deliberate choice where for us, if we do own any token, we actually count everything at cost while we're still vesting the tokens. So with the downturn, it actually have no impact to Race Capital and our fund. I actually very cautious for everyone who are really actively investing is it is very, very dangerous sometimes to invest in liquid token. And we do have to have very, very key sound accounting practice when you are investing in crypto.
There's been a lot of talk about which companies are poised to take advantage of the next crypto rally. We don't know when we're going to get out of this winter, but one guest we had on recently pointed to Web3. You mentioned that earlier in this interview yourself, very early pioneer investor of Web3. Where are you putting your focus next?
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot more sort of the developers tools that is sort of built and bridging between Web 2 and Web 3. I think the way that I look at sort of the Solana or Ethereum of the world is almost sort of the Amazon Web Services, cloud services built on distributed network. Between that and application, there's a lot of things that in storage or in communication like messaging or really sort of monitoring in terms of um, like looking at all of these area handling. There's a lot of developers tools that making developers life much easier for building application on top. I look forward and seeing more NFT infrastructure, which is sort of the Shopify of an NFT. If you and I with no technical skills can spin up an NFT on the fly in minutes, these are things that we are super excited because that type of tool is really how the mass will come into Web3 and crypto.
So you've said this, a company that raised capital is backing Solana, obviously a big competitor to Ethereum. How does your view or your approach on Solana change as we get closer and closer to the merge?
I actually believe this is definitely a multi-blockchain world, just similar to even in the Web 2 world. There is Amazon Web Services, there's Google Cloud, there's Microsoft Azure. Just because I'm excited about the merge, I think it's a really, really great thing for the Ethereum ecosystem. There's no winner or loser. It's really about sort of a multi-chain world. So I look forward to the merge and see what will happen. I think it's been cooking for a while, and many people are looking forward to it. And in terms of Solana, daily active users about 2 million, monthly active users 18 million. This what we want to really focus on are there real application of building on top of Ethereum on Solana, and there are many other new layer one also coming in as well. We want to keep our mind open, but the key thing is that we're seeing more and more sort of platform as a service tools that are supporting multiple layers.
If we have this extended bearish period, what are some sectors that you think could be in trouble?
I think with the current market, it definitely impact the DeFi space quite a bit. 2021 is definitely the year of decentralized finance. I think 2022 and go first half is from my point of view is very much around NFT. We're seeing a lot of NFT projects, regardless of the Bored Apes or other tools supporting the NFT industry, is spring up. Being in Asia give me a very, very different perspective. We're seeing more and more gaming use cases where even for traditional Web 2 gaming studio and now exploring and wanted to use NFT, the concept of sort of adopting the concept of like buying digital and virtual goods, but really mix it in like sort of the token concept. Sort of the step end or the exit infinity we'll definitely see a lot more of that. But I do think there's a very, very strong force coming from Asia, because in some sense, the gamer and the user in Asian countries, regardless of China or Japan or Korea or Southeast Asia, they are actually quite knowledgeable or accept the concept of using token and virtual goods. So I think we will see for the second half of 2022 a lot more action related to gaming, NFT coming from Asia.
Okay, that's all for today, but we'll be back again tomorrow. We'll see you then.